Okay. So, okay, from watching your video, I'm gonna try what you were doing, uh, and then just see. Okay, so just with the left arm, and then bringing it back. So I've tried this a few times where it's just bring back, and I get what you mean to put the arm up there, and your arm's tucked. I know you say don't think about it being tucked, but it is interesting because I'll notice that I don't know how the elbow ends up like flying open like that. Because even like because I can see myself in the video here, which is actually quite helpful, like you mentioned. So even if like say I've got two arms, two hands on the club, so the elbow's tucked in there. But the other thing I mentioned to you is when I do it on the course, and that's what I'm thinking is keep the elbow tucked in, right? So I think half I got half of it right, half of the idea right. So the elbow's tucked in, and then but it doesn't end up working out because I think what happens is I think there's still weight problems, but you can let me know. So another thing I noticed was totally from baseball, that my back foot, the weight gets shifted onto the back foot, and that's where, like you say, that you get the David Ortiz type of swing. So, for example, I noticed that. So I'm taking like just as a general swing without my normal swing, baseball swing, right? So I actually noticed that. See how everything shifts back here? So it's like a baseball swing where now the weight is all on my back foot, and then coming through, and then there's a transfer. So weight transfer, I think I was thinking of it wrong because my weight shouldn't be all on the back foot ever to begin with, right? So, and that's what I noticed when I was watching your video, right? So in other words, and I could totally see how your swing would suck if you're baseball. So it's like you're all in the back, and then it's all the way through. So I can see how it would squirt off right or just totally inconsistent. So anyway, so I'm gonna try some of these. Just bringing it back. Okay, now I don't have a lot of room in here, unfortunately, so let's bring it back and then through. So I guess I'm trying to think. I noticed your knee. I was paying attention to your legs. So when I bring it back, I should be thinking about, like you say, the right, whatever that's called, just turning. So that's very helpful. So, okay, just turning. Okay, so just turn. Okay, just turning. And the arm comes up. Now the other thing I noticed is that my posture is bad when compared to looking at yours. And I was going to ask you about that. Is that just because I have bad posture? Because I noticed, like, I was almost like a hunchback. Like, when it comes back, I notice it's almost like I'm not straight up, I think, like I should be. So let me know what you think about that posture-wise. So I guess what I'm trying to clear up is, like, when you say weight transfer, the weight of my back foot should only be very, very minimal to begin with, right? Because I think mine has way too much. And you can actually see my body shift back as a baseball swing, right? So like a normal swing, it would be shift back, whereas I'm pretty sure it should just be, and then that with the knee turning inward, at least that's what I saw from your swing. So it will be helpful to, and that's, yeah, it will be helpful to just practice this over and over again. And then, of course, doing a full swing. Unfortunately, to follow through here, I might hit my TV. So, so anyway, so it's back and then through. So, and I'm thinking about what you're telling me out when you were here with the throw on the frisbee. So I think that's what I really need to focus on is just, I should probably just do this over and over and over again. And even as I'm doing it right now, I can feel it in my back. Like I can feel my muscles tightening up, like just from doing this. So I should probably just do this over and over again, and I should probably go to the range. And I don't know if it'd be a waste of balls if I just hit like that, maybe. But maybe not. I don't know. I would do it. Just hitting with the left arm. I don't really understand how you can, like you say, get so much distance off of just your front left arm. I don't know how it's possible. But I guess that's, you know, I'm not saying you're lying. But that surprised me how far you can go just with your left arm. Especially considering we're righties and batting, well, I don't know. I guess batting, what's it like with batting? How much power comes from your front as opposed to your right arm? I think it's more right arm, right? And so that's where that mentality comes from. So anyway, trying to think of other questions I was gonna ask you. I don't know. I'll watch your. There's so much good information in the video that you sent that I will watch that a bunch of times. I just know, like, you know, when I see it. So now, when I see it in the mirror or whatever, like, I can see, okay, yeah, that looks like what Nick was doing. And so I gotta focus on just turn. So it's just turn. And you let me know if I'm doing that right. Okay, so just turning. There. But even still, I don't know if you can notice, but weight's back here, right? Whereas I'm pretty sure it should already be, you know, evenly distributed. I don't know. So let me know when you're taking this back, where should the weight be once you're up here? So you're up here. Because my instinct is to come onto the back foot. So it's like, see how it shifts here to the back foot and then all the way through. So kind of like you were saying, where you can get away with it if you hit it perfect, but obviously that only happens every once in a while. So I think with the weight transfer, at least when I was watching you, it just seemed like it was coming up, and the only thing that was happening was your knee was turning in, and the weight was about evenly distributed, it seemed. So it's like the weight transfer is almost going from evenly distributed to on the front foot. So not like on the back foot at all. But I may be totally wrong about that, so let me know. Oops. It's hard to do because there's a TV here, but anywho, those are some rambled thoughts.